what cornet can,
Boop-boop-be-doo.
like Betty Boop can do. A saxophone can go, but a saxophone can't,
Boop-boop-be-doo.
like Betty Boop can do. This little miss would never miss a chance for vocal tuning, and anytime and anywhere you can hear this lady crooning. An auto horn can go, but an auto horn can,
Boop-boop-be-doo.
like Betty Boop can do. Made of pen and ink, she can win you with a wink. Ain't she cute?
Boop-boop-be-doo.
Sweet Betty.
Betty Boop! Send her in! Hi. Lights out. Howdy, ho! Walk this way.
Okay.
Be seated.
Thank you.
Hocus pocus, ibbity bibbity, sibbity sand. Concentrate. I will now bear the naked truth of your baby days. I now see you on a steamer bound for a foreign land.
Is there anyone here?
No!
Oh! Excuse me. All by myself in the morning. All by myself in the night. I am alone, not a single soul is near. So unhappy. Dear, oh, dear, oh, dear. All by myself.
Bronco.
And one fish to fish. And one fish to fish. Fish. And one fish to fish. Fish. And one fish to fish. Fish. And one fish to down. Fish. Down. Fish. Down. Down. I didn't hear. I didn't hear. I didn't hear. Death. 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 Hey, Rod. Hey, Rod. Sound seems janky today. Sound seems janky today. Doesn't it? Janky today. Doesn't it? Audio. Doesn't it? Audio. Audio. I know this is becoming the new, hasn't it? I know this is becoming the new, hasn't it? I know this is becoming the new, hasn't it? I know this is becoming the new, annoying. Sorry about that. Okay, annoying. Sorry about that. Okay, annoying. Sorry. This over here. Kind of see it. This is kind of here. The kind of see it. This is kind of here. The kind of see it. This is kind of here. The kind of see it. This is kind of here. Settings. 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 That's the crazy thing is I keep. That's the crazy thing is I keep. This. That's the crazy thing is I keep. X sources. X sources. X sources. There it is. There it is. There it is. There it is. Hey, Farrell. Yes, tell me about it. Hey, Farrell. Yes, tell me about it. Sound is all janky, I know. Yes, tell me about it. Sound is all janky, I know. Yes, tell me about it. Sound is all janky, I know. Sound is all. Uh, 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 Say okay. Device is. Say okay. Device is. Say okay. I think that might be working now. I am hearing myself in the background because that might be working now. Monitoring YouTube. Myself in the background because that might be working now. Monitoring YouTube. I still seem to be breaking up. I still seem to be breaking up. That doesn't actually sound a little better. That doesn't actually sound a little better. Oh, it keeps fading out. What the hell? Do I got a filter in here? Keeps fading out. What the hell? Do I got a filter in here? Fading out. What the hell? Filters. I've got no filters. I don't know. It's like my mic's going or something. Let's try this. Like my mic's going or something. Backup plan B. Let's try this. My mic's going or something. Backup plan B. Let's try this. Backup plan B. And we're going to set you to the Logitech camera there. We're going to set you to the Logitech camera there. It doesn't seem to be breaking up as bad, although it sounds really janky. It doesn't seem to be breaking up as bad, although it sounds really janky. So I think I'm going to live with that for now. All right, let's get rid of the echo. If I can figure out where it went. There's echo. Okay, echo is off. All right. So I think my Yeti mic might be having problems, so maybe it's time to get a new mic. So I'm going to just use the Logitech mic through the camera. We'll do that. The sound has gone up, but the reverb makes it quieter, if that makes sense. Actually, I sound better on YouTube with no. Oh, how strange. I'm going to put that back. I'm just going to live with it for now. Hopefully it's not too annoying. I mean, I could try to throw filters on there, but I'm not sure if that'll do any good. What are we doing? I know, it's always something, isn't it? We're doing a hot waitress uniform. Something like this. You all may be familiar with this. It's like the Playboy Club of the 90s, right? So, and I know there's versions. So we're going to do a version with a tank top, the shorts. I've already made pantyhose. We'll need socks and shoes and little server pouch. So today we're going to work on the shorts and the shirt, and Marvelous Designer and Overly Optimistic Me says we might be able to start on the shoes, but I doubt it. But anyhow, that's the plan. And we're going to make this for a blue-footed booby themed restaurant. So that's the plan. We're not doing owls. We're doing blue-footed boobies. So what am I doing?
we're going to get in an avatar in here. We'll start with that. And something in here says female. There we go. You know what? I'm going to sketch out a t-shirt, then we'll redo it, then we're going to sketch out shorts. I have pictures of shorts. So we're going to do that. Relatively simple. I think there's a seam right up the middle, and then seams on the sides, it seems. Not exactly on the sides, so they seem to shade towards the front. A fairly wide waistband, a bit more than an inch. Thin bands here with a little teeny little slits on there. But first I'm just going to do a basic tank top. So we'll do that. Try to get it down into about here. So let's do a little pen on avatar action. Are you my 3D pen avatar? Yes, you are. So we're just going to put a little strap here and bring you around to the side like that. The shirt gets tucked into the shorts. Bring you up into about there. Yo, Jasmine, how are you doing? You closed the Twitch and you sound fine on YouTube. It's loud enough now. I closed. What is wrong with Twitch? How weird. Let me check. See, now I'm confused. Hold on. I want to listen to YouTube, and I'm wondering why the Twitch would be different. Oh, that's Farrell. Let me finish this. How annoying that the Twitch just sounds so different than YouTube. It's like, how do I work with that? It's like my output setting should more or less be the same for the two. Makes me wonder if there's something a little off. Strange things are afoot at the Circle K. All right, we've blocked out our shirt. Let's flatten our pattern pieces. I have to say, this got easier. On YouTube, you sound like a big hollow room with a mic, and there's reverb. Yeah, it's this janky camera mic. I think it's time for me to get a new. My Yeti mic sounds like it's going or something. I could try to put filters on it, but I could probably spend an hour doing that. Did I not flatten that? There we go. It's Mitch. It's definitely Mitch's fault. It is kind of weird that I sound. Why do I sound good on YouTube but not on the other one? Where's my channel? There I am. Where's my channel? I do sound like I'm in a hollow room though, but there I am. I do sound like I'm in a hollow room, but that's to be expected with the janky ass web camera mic. But that's to be expected with the janky ass web camera mic. It sounds the same on Twitch though, to me. It sounds the same on Twitch though. I mean, I might be able to tweak it with filters, but on the other hand, I'm not overly up with filters, but on the other hand, I'm not overly optimistic using a webcam mic. Anyhow, where are we at? Hopefully we can get by with this for today. You are the back, you are the front. We're going to trace out the front, flip it over. I have to go now. Good luck. Hey, thanks for being here, Farrell. We will catch you later. Let's do polygon tool, bring you down like so, and through here, and we're going to put a point kind of right about there and here, and we're going to smooth that out into the armpit, and I'm going to smooth that out like so. Alright, get rid of that, and we're just going to take this and you know, I'm going to Control D that like so. Spin you around. You're going to be in the back here. Okay, so we're going to kind of line that up there. Oh, you know what I should have done? Oh, here, we'll do it. I want to convert that to a curve point. Excellent. Oh, yeah, they're mirrored right now. So let's convert you to a curve point. Excellent. Let's tweak that shape a little bit. I think I'm going to run that up a little higher like that. Pull you down. I'm looking at that corner and I'm getting it close to 90. Alright, should be good. Let's convert that to a curve point. I'm going to add a little in there. Excellent. Probably close enough. Alright, I'm going to now, it's not, there is no Epstein. I got the client list right here on my desk. Honest to God, I wouldn't lie to you, would I? Seriously, I have it right here. And then yet somehow a couple months later it vanishes. Or somebody actually didn't have the client list on her desk and she was lying. What am I doing? I'm going to remove the linked editing. I'm going to get rid of this. No, I need to keep that for just a second more because I'm going to pull this stuff. So I do want to grab this, that, and that. And we're just going to nudge those over a little bit like that. Now I can get rid of, actually I'm going to keep that for a little bit more. I think I'm going to lose this one. 'Tis a strange world. It is. One day you have a client list, the next day you don't. Alright, I think this is good. Let's see how this works out. We're going to do this. So we're going to, let's put you right there. Actually, oh yeah, we're good. Gonna do that. Is fine. Alright, let's sew some stuff together. That gets sewn together. That gets sewn. Gonna sew that to that. And this to this. Alright, let's turn off gravity because we don't like gravity here. Alright, let's see how this goes. Boink. Alright, we're going to make some adjustments because we always got to mix the adjustments. You know, it's not too bad. It's a t-shirt, so I really can't. I do want to pull those in, I think. And these So if we take that and head this way with it, and then take that and head that way, I think maybe we're going to make that a little bit longer. Okay, let's work on maybe angling that in a little bit. So bring that in a little deeper like that. I don't know. If I just get rid of you, are you fine? Probably going to be fine. You know what I want to do? So I want to, if I flatten that out a little bit, and then bring both of those 1, 2, 1, 2. That's a little bit better. I'm going to improve this curve a little bit, I think. Is that about where I want that? Maybe a little up in the back. Maybe if we get rid of you, we get a nicer looking. I kind of like that. I think what we're going to do is just make that maybe a little bit. I'm not crazy about that little point there. On the other hand, I didn't really want to curve this out, but I think I'm going to. So I think we'll just pull you down a skosh. You down a skosh, then we'll just put a little bit of a curve in here to try to get that to be 90 and 90. Just about. I think I need a little bit more in here. And then I can add a little bit of a curve in here. And I think I want to take that down a little bit further. So I think that'll be good. And then we can put the shorts on top of that. Let's take a look at our reference. How tight are those shirts? Those shirts are too tight. So I think we're going to stretch it out a little bit. We're just going to make the whole thing a little narrower and let it stretch across. There we go. I think that does the trick. So I want that to come in a little bit further, so let's work on that. Boink. I like that. How am I looking here? I think I want to pull that curve down into here a bit more. think I'm going to pull that out a little more this way. I like that. I think that's going to be good for the shirt. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to merge that together and then smooth out. And we'll merge the back together. And then we can just add the trim. And then we can pop on over and get the shorts knocked out. So let's do this and this. And we're just going to run the moage. Can I just delete you? I can. Except I don't want to. Actually, can I, can we just convert you to a quiv point? And then there we go. I can just kind of smooth that out a little. Looks nice. So that we can convert you to maybe a... Actually, I'm going to run a line through here, and then I'm going to maybe convert you to a point. I like having a center line through there. I think I missed. Probably good. I think I'm going to tweak these two just a little bit. I got to get in really close so I can pull them up. There's an angle there, setting 188. Be nice if I could actually get 180 with that. That's pretty close. I think that's going to be fine. All right, let's merge the back together. Let's tweak these. You know what, that actually looks fine. I think I'm going to just go with that. All right, let's start adding our trim in here. So let's turn off the linked editing. No, I think I already broke it on that one. There we go. We have now removed all the link editing. I think I'm just going to quickly just drop a little line through here. And now we can start doing our internal lines. There and there and there and there and there. Here and here. And we do the arms here, 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 and here. Offset as internal line. 5 is probably good enough. I'm going to cut and sew all of those. Excellent. Let's call you a shirt trim. Excellent. Let's put a little bit of trim right there and there, and that probably, and also I'm going to put it here and here. Yeah, I want to make those ones kind of really thin though. Offset as internal line. I'm going to call those. Do I want to call it 2? Maybe I should just stick with 5. I'm going to see what 2 looks like. Cut and sew. Let's take a look at this as in mesh. Wireframe. Oh, everything's still in tries. Control A. Let's go to quad optimized and see how that goes. And we're kind of looking at these. I'm not crazy about that. Can I fix you? You know what? I think maybe if I put an internal line right in here, that helps. And I'm also going to match that over here. Looking good. Do I need to do anything? We're looking at these trims just to making sure the polys aren't gross. And you know what? I think they're looking fine. I always hate the way it does that shit. You needed to be smoothed out a little bit, didn't you? You know what? I think we just need to re-weld that and then redo that one. So that to this and this. Can I just do a moij? Excellent. Get rid of that. Do I want to just convert you to a curve point? I think that'll do the trick. And then we can just take you and extend you to the, probably like that. Why don't we do this? Extend, trim, and add point to pattern outline. And then we'll put a cut offset as an internal line there. That's going to be a 5 up on the collar. Say okay to that. Cut and sew that. And the rest of these don't look too bad. So I think we're good. Then I need a material that's just going to be shirt for the rest of the shirt. So copy that. Let's get rid of the rest of this. Let's give these some colors. Let's do this. Let's do you for the trim. And let's do you for the shirt. And we'll put the shirt there and there. Alright, I have a tank top for my blue fitted booby themed restaurant. Alright, let's do shorts. So let's hide this shirt. We'll bring it back in a little while. Control Shift Q. Actually, deactivate pattern and sewing and Shift Q. We're going to hide that. Let's plot out the shorts. Only I got lines in here. They're going to get in the way. I wish there was an easy way to just clean these lines out. It's one of those things. Makes me think there might be we're getting there. Boing, boing, boing. That actually went. So we're going to put the shorts right about here. And we're going to come down to about here. And we'll put the little split. They seem to be. Let's take a look at our. Those look like they're on the sides, but maybe leaning a little towards the front. So right about in here. And let's take a look at the so they're down right in here. I mean, they are short shorts, right? So pen avatar. Now we're going to 3D pen avatar. I'm going to start right about here, and we'll just bring it up to in about here, and then we'll work our way over. Maybe here, somewhere in here. And can I connect that up? Yay. Alright, let's see if we can get the back done. Something like that. Alright, let's see how this goes. And once again, we're just going to use this as a guide. Flatten. Please delete highlighted area. Oh, how annoying. What about you? Okay. 3D pen. I hope that when it said it meant that. Oh, and I lost part of this, didn't I? Alright, is that going to work? Nope. Process for flattening failed. You know what? I'm just going to... Can I just flatten you? No. Okay, can I just flatten that? And then I'm just going to kind of do that, flip it around, and that's totally not the way that works. But it gives me a rough idea. No, wrong thing. You. I choose you, and you're going to just come. You're going to come around in there, and then you're just going to come down a little bit, and then over to here, and over to there. And let's switch you to optimize quad. And I'm just going to, dang it, we'll just pull that in like so. And I'll do that, only I need a lot more room in the booty or something, so we'll pull that. Probably needs to be deeper like that. I should probably find a good, that's probably good enough there. So that to that, yeah. I think we sew you to you. I feel like I'm clicking on stuff, but nothing's happening. Control D. Are you linked? There we go. That. Control D. Let's do that. Sew these together, and then I'll just make adjustments. Yo, DJ Ray, how you doing? I do need a little more room. You know what? I'm just going to try to find a short pattern. Sewing pattern for shorts. My brain's not braining today. I'm looking. Front, back. That might, let's go with this one. Let's, can I just drag and drop you in here? Original pattern shorts. Let me bring that in here, and I'm going to trace that. I'm not happy. I am not happy with this. You know what? We're just going to delete that off. And how do we do this again? Add background image. Click on the thing. Go to the desktop. Or I just saved this thing. Original pattern. There we go. Open that up. We might want to make that a little bit larger. That's probably in the ballpark. We'll start with that. Oops, you know what I forgot to do? Control. Actually, is it Control Y? No, what is the redo? It was Control Y. Is there an edit background image? Format 2D background. There we go. I want to pull you down here. That is definitely too big. So you know what? Since we're here, there we go. I'm going to say okay to that. I'm going to trace that. We're going to make it shorts, and then we'll see how this works out. Boink. So kind of draws from there to there. This is definitely too. So you know what? I'm gonna do this, and then we'll tweak it a little bit. Put you over there, and you go over there. Pull you around, kind of like that. I clicked on the wrong one yet again. Is good. I think that's fine. You know what's wrong with this pattern is that should be equal to that. That's equal to that. You know what? It is close. Let's tweak these. We're going to do the optimized quads again. Right, I'm still going through all those PZ3 files. So many. It's funny how that stuff builds up over the decades. 294.4. 293.8. That is actually shorter than that one. 293.8. Change length. 293.8. Is that the direction I want it to head in? Yes. Okay, we're going to make sure that that 123.9 is equal to that 124.4. So we'll change length on that one. We'll go the other way. And I already forgot my number. 123.9. 123.9. Yay. So that gets sewn to that. That's going to get sewn to that. That one goes into the back. I'm going to put you over here. Then we just do this. Oops. Control D. I forgot the Control D. And so that into here. No, no. Let's try that again. I'm going to sew that into here. Then we'll sew this into here. I think I'm good. All right, it's too tight, but we've got to start. First off, we're just going to loosen it up on the width, and then we'll make it longer, and then we'll adjust the size of the legs. So I just kind of want to do that until it loosens up a bit. You know what? Let's take a look at our strain map. Our stress map says, you know what? That's actually pretty good. I'm going to make a waistband for this. You could probably stand a little bit more room in here. And maybe pull that up just a little bit more in the back there, or no, you're in a good spot there. Yeah, we do want to pull these up. 1, 2, 3, probably good. Yep, I think that's probably going to be fine. Go, Leo, how are you doing? It's a hot waitress outfit. You know, I'm going to take that down at just a scoosh. And then I think we'll just put a little bit of curve on these. Then we're going to take these up. Keeping warm whether you like it or not. I like the warm weather, but that's just me. My partner, on the other hand, is actually, she's not too bad today. But she's the sort that runs air conditioner during the winter. All right, I'm going to do that. You know, that's just snapping funny, so I'm going to pull you up this way and then bring you back this way. I wish there was a way I could hold a key down and have it not snap so much. You're going to come over here. That's better. How are we looking over here? Okay, so I do want that. I think I'm pretty close. I'm going to put a waistband on this now. And then we'll trim out this off, and we'll put a little bit of a cutout there. So we're making these shorts basically. So let's measure this, and we'll make it a little bit shorter. So that plus that says 406.1. So here I'm going to just do 400, and we're going to make you 35. I'm going to say okay to that. Let's do quad optimization on that. Let's position you off to the side. I can't do that because I got a strain map on. I have still not figured out why I can't use a gizmo when I have a strain map on. It drives me insane. Here, let's try this. I'm going to do an error here on purpose, but we'll fix it. So actually, I'm going to stop that right there. I've got a little bit of a sewing overlap, which is bad, but I'm going to fix that right now. Okay, should be good. Let's duplicate you. Let's sew that together there. Actually, I'm probably going to merge that. And then we'll also sew that to that. Looking good. Here, I'm going to give this a layer number in here. Bum, 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 right there. We'll call this layer 1. And we're going to shorten these up to about there. Let me just run a line, maybe from here to here or something. So if I run you straight across, but I think I'm going to do this instead. I think we're going to run it a little bit of an angle. And then I'm going to just extend to pattern outline. So now what I can do is I can come in here, and that tells me it's 161.2. Put a split in here, 161.2. Say okay to that. And then what I also want is that number right there, 21.7. So put a split right there, 21.7. Say okay to that, and then I'm going to run a line from there to there. Now we'll do some cutting and sewing. Take that and that, and we'll do a cut. Well, actually, we're just going to do a cut on those. Yo, Art, how are you doing? All right, get rid of these. Let's try that again. Okay, I'm going to read. Oh, my headphones are up too loud. There we go. That's better. All right, we're going to put the trim on these. I'm going to put trim here and here. I'm going to make that a little thicker. Then I'm going to put a little 2mm trim there. And yeah, and I think we're good. You know what's cool is I can actually see the type of sewing used on this. So we're going to put a trim here, and then we're just going to break the sewing right there, so we get that little, just that little split in there. Maybe we'll do a 10 mil split, or a 10 mil seam in here. Offset is internal line. Let's say 10. And okay, and is that right about, you know, I think that's going to be good. We'll do that, cut and sew those. Probably good. There's a little bit of sewing right here. I think we're just going to break that right there. We'll get rid of those. Then we can just do that. Yay! We got these little splits. Do I actually want you a little bit further up? Nah. I'm kind of liking where that's looking. I might make this just a little bit looser, but maybe not that. I think we're just going to have just a little bit more in here because we do got to get this shirt under here. Well, let's put the shirt under there and see what we're looking like. Yeah, we got the usual sus. Well, I don't round them up. They just show up when I think they just show up now. See, here's the advantage of having a regular schedule. People kind of have an idea when they might be able to catch you. Oh yeah, Chris is on now. I guess I could go catch him. What the hell? It's not like I really wanted to watch the news again anyhow. Where am I? Where's my activate? There we go. Control Q. And if we do that, it's kind of working. So there we go. We've got our waitress outfit. Only I gotta get the pantyhose in here because this has to actually go over the pantyhose too. So we're gonna pop over. I think I have the G9 pantyhose kind of done, and you can kind of see we're seeing this shirt line in here. But anyhow, let's get Christmas in July, Daz. What is the daily freebie? I saw they're doing another $2.99 special. I really got to pay attention to marketing shit. I got to remember to get my products in on some of these good deals. They changed the discount store. Oops. I've been playing with my colors again, so don't let it freak you out. All right, we're going to go down. Did I set up something for pantyhose? I could have sworn. What did I do with those? I made them. What did I stick you in? I gotta figure out where I hid them. Dang it. Don't you hate it when you hide shit and you can't find it? Pantyhose. Got stuck in lingerie bodysuit 2022. Okay. That's where I put them temporarily. There they are. There's the G9 pantyhose. So let's get a G9 in here. So instead of just doing a geo shell, I made actual pantyhose. All right, let me, God damn it, go away. Let's do that. So let's select you, come over here, go to favorites. We're going to dial in the fem base. Then we're going to re-export out the pantyhose. This is going to go into, I don't know. I need a name for this outfit that isn't Hooters Girl. So, and I don't want to say Boobies Girl. I don't know. Let's chat GTP that. For right now, let's just stick you in this lingerie whip folder right here. Oh, I do have the G9 02 already done. So I'm going to call you 3. Do that. Save that. That all looks good. I'm going to accept that. Okay, we're going to bring that in. Wait, that looks like Hootis. That's what a coincidence. Gee, I hadn't noticed. Wait a minute. Let me check my reference picture. You know what? Now that you mention it, let's get that in. I'm going to bring the pantyhose in as a, and then we're going to set up some quick socks. I'm doing pretty good. We might actually get started on the shoes. File, import add OBJ. You were over in lingerie, and I just stuck you in this whip folder here. I actually have this. What do you look like? I'm going to add avatar. There we go. Now when we do this, all right, now it fits the pantyhose. I do want to make this a little bit looser, though, I think. Horton gives a hoot. I'm thinking hot server or something. I am going to stretch. Yeah, I'm going to pull that out a little wider. Mine's a little higher up on the waist than these. That's going to be fine. Let's just grab all of that. I'm just going to stretch all of that out a little bit like that. And I'm not going to change the waistband, so I'm going to get weird. See, that didn't really do anything, did it? All right, maybe we'll pull the whole thing out a little bit further. I keep adding width, and it seems like it keeps doing nothing. Here, we'll try that a little bit further. I'm going to probably just make that tighter. I'm getting a little looser in here now, so I think that's fine. I'm going to just tighten that up. And this is going to be one of those rare cases where this line here isn't going to be equal to this line here. I'm going to do that, so I just pull that in tighter. I might end up just smoothing that out a little bit. And I've been playing around with doing wrinkles with Substance Painter. I'm going to hide this for a second, and we're going to try to pull that shirt down a little further. So actually, I'm just going to do that for a minute. And now you're just in the way, aren't you? So I just got to hide you. Do I need to just make that shirt a little bit wider? Is that what it comes down to? That's probably going to be okay. Once I get this in place, I'm going to, you know what, I think that's about right. I'm going to have to make some adjustments when we resize this anyhow. All right, bring you back. Activate, and we'll do that. All right, I got to give this some materials here. And we're going to, here, let's merge this. So we're going to merge those. Let's set some stuff up. That's going to be waistband. Let's grab these. And I'm just going to kind of line you maybe like so. I'm going to pull these ones over a little bit. I think, you know what, I'm going to put a little 2mm trim on here, right there. Offset internal line, we're going to say just 2 on that one. We're going to cut and sew that. I think I cut and sewed that already, yep. Did you get mirrored over? What's going on here? Okay. That was weird. Alright, let's add some more plus shorts. Copy, shorts trim. Copy that, shorts waist. Alright, should be good. So crab. Uh-oh, what are you? Who are you? Oh, I know what you are. You're a rendering error, that's what you are. I should save this file, save as project. I'm going to put that in that lingerie whip folder. So we're going to call this just server outfit. So I come up with a good name for it. I'm going to shut this down and reopen it. Impatiently waiting for Marvelous Designer to do its thing. Okay, file, recent, looks good. You know, it's still doing it. It's annoying. That's not really there. Hopefully it doesn't screw up the export. That'll make me sad. My materials went away. What the hell? I set those up. Did I not hit save on? Arrgh. You know, oh, you know what it is? It's probably because I didn't stick these on anything. It's going, yeah, bro. We don't care. So it didn't save these because they weren't actually assigned to any part of the pattern. That's what I'm thinking. So I'm going to grab all of that and make that shorts trim. And let's duplicate that. You're going to be shorts waist. Let's give these colors. Oops, I didn't mean to apply and close. I meant to just apply. Now I can apply and close. I'm glad you're not the only one that this kind of poop happens to. All right, looks good. All right, I think I'm good. I'm going to hit save on that. Have I forgotten anything? I think let's see how this exports. We're going to do a couple of exports. Server shorts. File, export, OBJ selected. Server shorts. You know what? I think we'll make probably a short trip over to ChatGTP. Oops. We didn't do our UV mapping yet. Let's make sure that's. See, there's always something. Reset the 2D arrangement. Fit to 0, 1. Say, okay, you are over there. No. You're not supposed to be over there. You're supposed to be over here. You see, I click on it, and it's over there. And yet it shows over here. I'm going to try opening this. Well, let's see if this exports out badly or not. File, export, OBJ selected, server shorts, G9 fem. Say okay to that, and then we'll just grab the shirt here. File, export, OBJ selected, server shirt, G9 fem. Let's take a quick peek at what this looks like in Blender. I'm waiting for Blender to respond now. There we go. Alright, activate the import. Let's go find this thing. Projects. Oh, that didn't do what I hoped. I always forget that I just can't type LI and find what I'm looking for. I have to manually go scrolling. There it is, lingerie. We're looking at the whip. Let's take a look at the shorts first. And how did you come out? It looks like it's all there. How are you UV mapped? You are UV mapped poorly. I'm going to have to fix that. Why is it doing that? Let's try something. Let's do a save on this. I'm going to close this. I'm going to open up an older version of Marvelous Designer. I had to sign in over on screen 2. We're skipping that because this is an old version. I know there's a new one. That's just what we were using, but it's being a butthead. So I'm going back to this version from middle of last year. File. Are you not? You ready to play? File. This isn't in my recents, is it? Nope. Open project. Totally don't want to be there. You're still over there. How unusual. What happens if we change the meshing on that? That's well, we'll try that. We'll go back to the other version now. I'll try toggling the meshing and see if that fixes things. And then we'll do the socks. And then maybe, oh yeah, I still got to do the socks, right? All right, let's see if we can fix this. Select you. We're going to switch you back to tries. Where did it go? Where did it go? There it is. And then we'll re-switch you back to quad optimized. All right, I think we're good now. Back to the UV editor. So we're going to reset, fit to, say OK. Do that, hit save. So I think I'm good. I am going to just go ahead and save the Genesis the FEM versions, and then we'll convert over to the base. And excuse me. File export OBJ selected. So I'm going to overwrite these shorts with those shorts. The top should still be good, so I'm not going to mess with that. All right, now let's, I don't need these because they're not an actual clothing item. I am going to bring in another copy of those though. So let's do this. G9 base, add to workspace, load as a morph target, say OK, let it do its little thing that it's going to do, and then let's get in the base pantyhose. So file, import, add OBJ. That would be, I think, that one right there. Say OK to that. Looks good. We'll do that. All right, that should be good for the G9. So we're going to save that out. File, export OBJ selected. Those are the shorts. And that's for the base. This will be the shirt. That's for the base. Okay, we're going to go back to the outfit before we reshaped it. Okay, let's get rid of you. Now we're going to fit this to the Genesis 8F shape. I think let's try that as a morph target and say OK and patiently wait and hope that it comes out. And then I'm just going to tease it around a little bit. I might smooth that out with ZBrush or something. And let's get the pantyhose in here. Import add OBJ. See, now I'm in totally the wrong spot again. I'm not sure. I don't have G8F. Okay, so here, pop back over to Daz. Lose you. Load you in. We're going to resize this just a wee bit. I'm going to scale that to be 94.1. All right, then we're going to put those pantyhose on for this one right here. I'm going to export that out. Pantyhose G8 female should be good there. You're going to have to call it a night. I'm sitting here falling asleep. Hey, thanks for being here, Charles. I appreciate you, man. I hope you can get some good rest. And look forward to catching you in the future. All right, now we're doing the load. Where did that go? Right there? As an avatar. Say okay to that. All right, select that. Export OBJ selected. You are shorts, G9, G8, female 94.1 on the FM dial, and save that. And is good, and select that, and file, export OBJ selected. Server shorts. You are shorts. You are the shirt. You're the shirt. There we go. That's better. Shirt. G8 female 94.1. Save that. And say okay to that. We should be good. And these should fit with the pantyhose by default. Alrighty. What I got? 8:33. We still have like a half hour left. You know what? I might as well. You know what? Let's do a little research here. I'm going to go ChatGTP. This is what I use ChatGTP for the most, is trying to just come up with ideas for stuff, names. So let's say 15 names for a Hooters waitress uniform without saying Hooters. How's that? And let's see if this flies or not too. Let's see if Hooters is a word that it's not going to like. Winks and smiles, game day, flirt fit, sideline siren, Touchdown Tees, Sassy Server. You know what? Sassy Server. I like that. Sassy Server. Jersey Spice. Friendly Flirt. Courtside Cutie, Power Hour. The fan favorite outfit. The Ask Chat GTP. What is that? Bubbly and bold. Our MVP server or Sassy server? I'm liking both of those. Touchdown Tees, MVP or MVP server, Sassy server. All right, let's go over to Daz and let's see what we have already existing at Daz. Hey, look at that. I have Daz flagged. Sassy. 54 results. Sassy Attitudes, SU Cute Slip Dress, D for Sassy CEO. You know what? Maybe we'll avoid Sassy. Sassy Attitude, Sassy Shorts, Outfit. Yeah, I think. Let's see what MVP comes up with. MVP server. Sporting golf poses, real hockey, tennis outfit. See, there's nothing in here. Let's see what we got for server. It's mostly server rooms, which I would have guessed off the top of my head. I have so many Daz server. Why do I have so many server rooms? Why? And there's one steakhouse server, one waitress, two waitresses. Are they both? Oh, one's one's an Iron Man outfit, and one's a Fugazi, which is basically Iron Man. Well, Fugazi was worked with Iron Man, right? They were part of that. I-13. So many server rooms, and I have so many of them too. Okay, anyhow, I think I'm going to call this the MVP server. I think we'll go with that. So here, let's go set up a folder for this and get this stuff thrown in the Daz real quick. So let's activate you. Let's go over to my projects. I'm not sure what an appropriate subs folder for this is, so you know what? I'm going to just stick you right up here at the top level. MVP server, MVP server. And let's go get a template file to set up. Now I got a bug on my glasses. Okay, there's the templates. So let's grab. You're not the templates I'm looking for. You aren't either. Here we go. We'll go with these ones. I don't have a folder that says template in here anymore. Well, Daz keeps not using it, but I still like having it. I don't need documentation. Daddy, here, let's do this. New folder. Yo, Tesno Pesno, how are you doing? Templates. Hey, everybody, check out my man Tesno Pesno. Super cool DJ from Finland. If you're lucky, they'll actually be outside DJing. It's super cool. Spinning the tunes and the beautiful Finnish countryside. Yeah, let's go with this. That, and that. Control C. Come down here to MVP server and paste all of that there. What was I working on today? The last thing I submitted was the Twilight Teddy. So I'm going to steal some stuff from the Twilight Teddy folder, which is in lingerie. Actually, it's in one of these test folders right now, right there. So what I'm looking for is I'm just going to get a copy of my material file here. Copy that. We're going to come down to here and set this up. People, Genesis A female, clothing, me. Let's put a new folder in here. MVP server G8 female. I'm going to put that material folder right in here. We'll go clean it out a little bit. So we don't need any of those. All right. D-Force presets. I'm going to get rid of these. I'm going to rename these. We're going to replace TT with MVP. Is good. All right, material opacity options. You know what? I think I can lose that. Actually, I'm going to rename you material hierarchical presets. Hierarchical materials. Here, let's do that. Rename. I cannot spell hierarchical though. There we go. I don't need that period. We're going to capitalize that. I'm going to say materials and then delete all of that. All of this stuff gets cleaned out. And then over here, I'm just going to rename all of this from TT to MVP. Should be good. Then I'm going to copy you. And I don't have a Genesis 9 folder in here. Dang it. I'm just going to copy you like that then. We'll just do this. Copy here. I'm going to rename that G9. The other one doesn't. Oh, Genesis 9. There we go. Clothing, me. This gets to be G9. And the rest of this should be okay for now. Yep, okay. Alright, I've got the, now we'll hook this up in Daz. So we are in the content library. We'll just come over here. Content Directory Manager, Daz Studio Formats, Add. Go to Projects. And we're just going to add that MVP server right there, except that. These colors hurt my eyes. I may be changing this real soon. Alright, there we go. Let's import. server short space. And let's import server shirt base. Is good. We have a Genesis 8 in here. I'm just going to hide you. Get our Genesis 9 in here. Run the transfer tool. Okay, this is bodysuit type. Okay, this is you kind of bunched up a little in the back, aren't you? I'm totally going to smooth that out with ZBrush. So first, transfer tool. That one right there. And that. And you're just going to be bodysuit type. Accept that. And all right, we're going to do you and you. We're just double checking our D-force. Looks okay. Did the shirt not move? The shirt did move. Okay. We're fine. Didn't explode. All good. I'm going to rename those. Let's put on my base shader on here. I got to clean all of that stuff up. I'm going to come down here and adjust our D-force. I'm looking for my bend, stiffness, bend stiffness. There, we'll set that to 0.1. Probably good. Did I not apply you to everything here? I did. It just looks funky. Let's clean up these material names. Short trim, shorts trim, that's what you should say. Shorts. Okay. Onto the shirt. Shirt and shirt trim. Okay, those are good. Do a few things in here. Edit geometry, convert sub D, edit geometry, add the smoothing modifier. edit geometry, convert sub D, edit geometry, add the smoothing modifier. Let's clean up this name here. I'll just call that server shorts G9. And server shirt G9. You know what? I'm going to add the MVP on here. Alright, now let's save these. And I might as well save the pantyhose in here. And then what do we got? I don't have enough time for socks. Okay, I'll get to those later then. And we're going to do shoes at some point. Maybe on Thursday we'll start the shoes. I have shoe references. There we go. This seems to be the preferred shoe for waitresses at our owl-themed restaurant. So we're going to do something similar to this. We're definitely not going to put an S on the side because, you know, DC Comics gets really upset when you use the S. Super shoots. Super shoes. Yeah, they get so mad when you do that stuff. Alice's restaurant. Yeah, excepting Alice. Wait. Alright, you know what? I am going to clean this up real quick. So we're going to select the shirt. We're going to select the Genesis 9. I'm going to activate my Go Z. I'm going to have to go hunt down my blue-footed booby restaurant mascot image that I did many years ago. Are we there yet? There we are. Do that. Bring this stuff in. Go into edit mode. Frame it up. And I'm just going to smooth these out just a little bit. So make that smaller. Adjust the intensity on that. And that's the wrong thing. And then I'm just going to... That one right there is particularly bad. So I'm getting these weird overlaps. So we're just trying to smooth that out a little. That's probably not too bad. It's probably going to be okay. I'm not sure I can, I'm going to touch up the shorts to kind of get rid of that seam in there. I'm not sure if I can do that right now or not, but we'll try. So we're going to activate Go Z. We're back to Daz. We're going to say update the base mesh and accept that. Okay, that got funny because we did a smoothing. So what we're going to do is, the smoothing was based on the original shape, so we're going to redo the smoothing modifier on there. So we're going to come back over to here and edit and geometry and remove the smoothing modifier. And we're going to come over here and edit and geometry and add that smoothing modifier to kind of get rid of that. Alright, should be good. Alright, let's see if I can, if I'm able to do this or if I have to restart it, in which case I'm going to not worry about it right now. Hey, there we go. So I'm just going to pull that out a little bit and kind of try to smooth that down some. So let's do this, and we'll just kind of build that up just a little and then smooth it out, build it up, smooth it out, build it up, smooth it out, build it up, smooth it out. seems to be doing the trick. I think we're good. And then we'll just do the same thing we did. Update the base geometry on that. And that kind of smooths out that crease. We will eventually add a morph to pull that shirt out. But for right now, I think that's all I need ZBrush for at the moment. Alright, let's save these into the content folder, and then we'll call it a night and raid out. I know I got like 5 minutes, but that's okay. So let's select the shorts. Let's click on you. Let's go down to projects, MVP, people, Genesis 9, clothing, me, MVP server, and right here, MVP server, G9, save that. We're going to call you MVP server. There. Wardrobe. What do I got? I got the shorts selected. Do I have a shorts option? Nope. I'm going to call you pants. And then we just do the same thing for the shirt. I forgot to say shorts. Damn it. Looks good. And you are a shirt. And I'm going to accept that. Content library. People, G9, clothing. There we go. You know what? I should have called that. We're going to resave this. And I'm going to have to go clean up the data folder. Yep, so let's resave the shorts. This time we're going to remember to call them shorts. Is that good? Is good. See right there? Should be fine. So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna save it, save the pantyhose over too. All right, let's come over here. Nope, projects. So in this data folder, I just created that right there. I don't need anymore. That's just extra garbage now. Looking good. So let's come over. You were in the body. So let's put the G9 on and see how you're looking. I think you're fine. So I'm going to rename that MVP pantyhose. And just G9. We'll take that off there. And then I'm going to save this into the same right there. MPV server pantyhose. Looks good. You are actually going to be saved over here now. I'm going to call you that. You should be. Why are you not compatible with? Because you're attached to the shorts. I'm going to cancel that. Danger, Will Robinson. Danger. Let's redo this. I parented that to the shorts instead of to the Genesis 9. There, so we'll do this. And then we're calling it a night because now it's 9. Save you as a figure prop asset right there. I'm going to say actually server pantyhose. And you are now part of this project. Control V, MVP pantyhose, good enough. Underwear, Genesis 9 base, now we're good, accept that. Okay, so we're going to add a server pouch to this set, and we also want to add shoes and socks. I think I'm just going to do fake socks. They're just going to be little tubes that'll come out of the shoes. Anyhow, this is where we're stopping for the night. So we've managed to make a tank top and shorts, and we are going to add that to this pantyhose along with socks and shoes later on. So anyhow, in process. Go-Go boots are looking nice. I don't know, maybe we'll texture those this weekend or texture those on Thursday. We'll work on that a little bit more. Go-Go outfit and the Go-Go cage, that needs texturing and some work. Hopefully I can get that done next week. Hey, thanks for being here, Art. And it's always good to see you, Rod. And Tesno, if you're still here, dude, most excellent. And I saw Leo, or was it Leo? No, it wasn't Leo. It was, damn it. We had Farrell here, but there was somebody else, and it's already fallen out of my brain. I'm sorry, dude. You were on Twitch. It's not coming to me. Dang. No, you're on the YouTube. That's That's from yesterday. What the hell? I've gone too far. I see Rod. Damn it. I hate it when this happens. Leo is here, right? Okay. It was Leo. Okay, never mind. Thanks for being here, Leo. So let's find. So if you're over on the YouTube, thank you for being here. I appreciate it. We'll be back Thursday, 7 p.m. Remember, like and subscribe. So for those of us over on Twitch, if you're over on Twitch, we're going to go raid out to a friend. And let's see who's on the Twitch first tonight. That is the wrong browser. I put my browser. What is my browser doing over there? What are you doing over there? Don't be over there. Bad browser. Anyhow, let's see who is on, and we'll raid out. It is Tuesday, so it's a good chance. Jacques the magician, not to be confused with Jack the musician. Totally two different people. Infozar is on. Let me see if any of the art friends are on, though. I haven't been seeing a lot of the art friends as much as we're used to. Who is Bree Mana, and why am I following them? And what do they do? Hydrate and stretch. They've been on for nearly 3 hours. Commission work, use commands. I can't tell what's going on over here. You see Urumakin? You know what? So if we go to Urumakin, you know we're going to end up at Jack's. So let's do that. We'll go over and say hi to Urumakin. Oh wait, Aiki's World is on. I've been watching her a lot recently. Let's raid her. She's actually making cosplay. She does a lot of anime style drawings, I guess, or manga style drawings. But today it looks like she's doing cosplay. So let's go over and hang out with her. So this is where we're heading over on Twitch. So if you get lost, feel free to join us. And and just give her a follow anyhow. So let's do this. Hey, I have a Discord. Feel free to join. And I will be back Thursday, 7 p.m. I'm not entirely sure what I'll be working on. There's a fair chance it might be this or the Go-Go outfit. So this is what we're currently working on. So hey, if you can join the raid, feel free to copy this raid call. If you're not a subscriber, if you are a subscriber, you can use the sub raid call here. So we're going to do that. And I'm going to just go over to my Twitch here, and let's start this raid / raid Control V Ike's World. There we go. Raid has been started. Hey, I appreciate everybody being here. I hope you all have a good rest of a Tuesday or Wednesday for those of you on the happy side of the planet. And hasta la vista, baby.